everyone. Thanks for tuning in today. My name is Megan Johnson. I am a member of the Brain Trust for the Sisterhood of Technology Professionals. Today I'll be chatting with Jessie Mostipak. Jessie is one of the speakers of the upcoming Sistech conference, which will be happening on May 29th in Bloomington, Minnesota at the Hyatt Regency Hotel. Jessie is an experienced managing director with a history of incorporating data into organizational decision-making. She is skilled in strategic planning, community organizing, project management, art, and analytics. She is also a highly effective communicator and has a master's of education in secondary biology education from Hunter College. She is currently a developer advocate at Kaggle in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. She in the past has given many talks and workshops on a variety of topics, including how to effectively teach yourself data science. So welcome, Jessie. I'm so happy to get to talk to you today. So I want to talk about your topic at the Sistech conference that's coming up. The title is What to Do When You Have No Idea What You're Doing, which I love and feels like a very relatable topic I'm happy to learn more about. So can you tell us a little bit about it and explain what you're going to be covering?
Of course. I'm so glad that it sounds relatable. When Lauren first reached out to me about speaking at the conference, one of the things that stood out to me was she was like, we're kind of interested in taboo topics, you know, things that nobody's talking about that we really should be talking about. And I was kind of thinking about my own career trajectory and how I routinely seem to find myself in these positions where people are, you know, here's this role, you're going to do all these things. And then like the reality of it sets in and you're like, I have no idea what I'm doing. You know, and that ranges from everything from like a momentary crisis of confidence all the way to imposter syndrome. And I think we all face it. I think as women, as gender minorities, really as anyone from a marginalized population in tech, in a lot of ways, those can be really, really intense feelings, especially when you look out at the field and you see all of these people really highlighting their successes and all of the things they know. And it's really easy to start comparing yourself and being like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be that good. I'm never going to know all those things. What do I do? Has this been a mistake? Is my whole life a lie? And there's been a series of strategies that I've used to fall back on when I find myself in those moments. So ways that we can all just kind of collectively take a deep breath, reassure ourselves that we are exactly where we need to be, and then really strategically move forward and kind of process all of those emotions and difficult things that we deal with. And really what I think I'm going to be covering in this talk is my own experience recently joining Kaggle when I did have one of those moments of like, they've made a huge mistake, and how I worked through that and how I was successful and how it all works out. And so really, I think one of the things we can do is talk about these experiences so that we all know that we're not alone and we all go through this and that there are very clear ways that we can work through it.
Awesome. Yeah, that's exactly what I was hoping for. I can't wait to hear more about it. It sounds perfect. And there are so many other awesome speakers that are going to be at the Sistech conference as well. So besides your own presentation, are there any others that you're really looking forward to hearing?
Yeah, I mean, all of them, of course. The one that I'm really excited about is Andrea Tatum, and she is doing the talk, Being the Only in the Room. And I'm so excited to hear that because I think that it's something that in tech, especially, a lot of us face. And I'm really interested to see how she combines her professional experience, all of the things that she's done into really being the only in a room. And I'm really hoping the talk centers on advocating for yourself and finding the other people like you and building community, but also recognizing the reality that for many of us, we are often the only in a room, and that can be a really scary and isolating place to be. So yeah, I think out of all of them, that's the one I'm like, okay, like I definitely have to go to this one, but I will go to all of them because they're all going to be amazing.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, so looking forward to that one as well. I hope Andrea has some really great resources for everyone to take home. It's going to be very interesting to hear her perspective on that. And so the last question I have for you today is, why did speaking at the first annual Sistech conference really interest you?
Yeah, oh gosh, so many reasons. But if I'm going to distill it down to one thing, it's that diversity, equity, and inclusion is a part of the Sistech mission, and it's a part of the conference. And so many times we see diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI work, kind of tacked onto a conference. It's like the thing that there's a special committee for, or there's like a handful of workshops that we're going to talk about, but it's not front and center, and it's not central to the conference organization. And so that really, to me, the idea that DEI is central to the conference, that it's central to the Sistech mission, were the biggest draws for me to speak at Sistech, because this is something that you don't see happening. I think you can find a lot of conferences on DEI, you can find conferences on tech, but you can't, and you can find conferences on women in tech, but you can't really find something where the central organizing principle for the conference is diversity, equity, and inclusion. So I'm really excited to be a part of this and to see kind of where it goes.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be awesome. I'm super excited, and I'm super excited to meet you in person and to get to know you more and to hear your talk, of course. So thank you so much for sitting down with me today. I'll see you in May at the SysTechCon, and thank you so much for everyone for watching.
Thank you.
Okay, perfect.